Hello and welcome back to my grass monotype of Pokemon Emerald Omega. In the last episode, we reached here in Old Town. We were busy finding mons to add to the team, and so I think I had 3 mons that I was looking at. Of those 3, we can see the results of what we were looking at. So, I have my Lotat here. It is modest, which is exactly the sort of nature we were looking for. Astonish, Growl, Absorb, Nature Power, so nothing special in terms of moves yet. But Modest is a really nice nature, and also has Swift Swim, which are the 2 things that I was looking for. I also have a C-Dot here, which is Chlorophyll, and Naughty Nature. So Naughty isn't perfect, but it's not too bad for what we're looking for. So yeah, hopefully with these 2 on the team, we'll be able to make some progress. You will obviously remember that I was trying to catch a Hoppip in the last episode, or at least I was catching Hoppip. I've decided that Jumpluff isn't going to be put on the team for now, and the only reason for that is I think there are other grass types that I can use here that are actually going to be useful. You can obviously tell that I've done some grinding. I've got everyone up to level 10, which is obviously just like for the point of, you know, ease. Like, it would have been painful if they weren't. It's still painful. I mean, like, these battles take or will take a while. As we see a Shinx, which obviously is neutral to me, but thankfully with Absorb we can do wonders. So obviously we can start sort of seeing the new, I guess, you know, different mons that are sort of been added to various trainers, as Lotat wants to learn this. You'll also see that we do not get the chance to swap out, so essentially the game is played in set mode. And unfortunately I need to bide here, which is... Bide is obviously a terrible, terrible offensive move, but there we go. So yeah, I mean, we're going to be pretty much moving quite quickly, hopefully, through this section, seeing how far we can get. Hopefully, we may well see some evolutions towards the end. I believe towards the end of this route, we should get access to Bullet Seed. So, that's what I think is that. Okay, okay, so that's really cool. So, they're updating our Pokedex National mode because the Hoenn environments are just so great. And indeed, that is something that you see throughout the game, is obviously, with the sort of the hack that it is, we see new Pokemon from Gen 4, etc., all that sort of stuff. Which I think is really cool. Wow, that actually did absolutely nothing, given that he had done, you know, tried so much with... I'm just doing my best here to survive, because there we go. Okay, well done. C-Dot hasn't, you know, C-Dot's not too bad. We're coping for now. I mean, you know, it works, given that, you know, the other one I could have used, Hoppip, obviously it gets Splash as its first, as its first move, so, yeah, I mean, I probably should not be complaining. And at least with Absorb, I'm consistently getting health back, which is really good. As we see a Shroomish. And so we can go for our Nature Power. Shroomish is a mon I would love to catch, so we will be looking for Shroomish, most likely in the forest up ahead. So we're going to be zipping through quite a lot of like the conversations and stuff like that, mainly because most of this I doubt has changed too much. These are, you know, the usual things that we find with these sort of hacks, is that certain, certain hacks do their utmost to change every single bit of text and stuff like that, and others do not. And you know, there are places for both of those types of hacks. So anyway, we get the rod, get someone being very contemplative. So, interesting, there are wild Pokemon here in the town, and we see Houndour, Hoot Hoot, and Spearow, loads of mons that are super effective against me. And we see wild Shinx as well, because obviously normally we would not see wild Pokemon here in Petalburg. So that's quite a nice little touch they've done. They've sort of added in extra mons to... Obviously, with an extended Pokedex, you need more... how would I put it? I just got the feeling that he lives a Pokemon. You know, you sort of need more spaces to put all the Pokemon that you're adding into the game. So, you know, adding grass to towns and stuff like that is actually a really nice sort of touch. Okay, so have I bought stuff that's... I mean, we definitely like some Pokeballs, given that I have none. So, I think we've obviously got to talk to Norman and go through the Pokemon catching tutorial. Yeah. So we've got to talk to Dad, we'll see what he says. Wally is going to come and get her Pokemon, using the Zigzagoon. I'm assuming this will be the Roots. Still, it is still the Roots, and it is male. Does that mean you shouldn't get delayed, right? Okay, so it catches the Roots, lovely. I love the fact that they don't even tell you that, you know, maybe you should be, you know, statusing these Pokemon or something like that. Oh, here's Wally's house, so we can talk to here. And Wally is super happy and is ready to get going. And we see Scott, because this is an Emerald hack, and so sort of, I'm assuming the Battle Tower, Frontier, whatever it's called, is available in this game. So, level 6 Taylor. Jeez. Problem when you're full of Earth, you know. This is the problem when your team is purely Grass type and everyone loves using Flying type Pokemon right at the start of the game. We'll just growl here. Then we can nick that. Okay, that's not Earthquake. Growl. Do I have any potions? I have one. And I can't use it. Okay, interesting. So we can't use healing items inside battle. That is going to be a pain. And the C-Dot is going to defeat me, I think. Yeah, I think we just lose here because neither of us can actually hit each other. Wow, what a battle this will be. Because I don't think he can hit me, I can't hit him, so we might as well just literally... Like, he is just going to end up using up all of his moves. So this is a beautiful case of when, you know, things go wrong in this sort of... But yeah, no, okay, so we obviously are seeing a lot of the difficulty that we're going to start seeing. I should be using Vibe more. So I'm hoping that I had more PP than he did, but I have a feeling I probably didn't. I mean, essentially, once he starts struggling, I'm going to lose anyway, so it does not matter. Growth. How many more of these? I got 7 more growths. 3, 2, 1. And now I've got 12 more hardens. So let's see, yeah, essentially this will come down to whether he will struggle and kill me, or I will struggle and I will kill him, and kill myself in return. So yeah, it looks like he is going to win the battle. Yep. Oh no, there we go. He struggles finally. So yeah, I mean, okay. So what we see there is that I actually, we've actually got some trouble ahead. Pretty much, it's going to be a pain leveling up these mons because I can't do anything to Talo. Talo is going to do a lot of damage to me in return, and then that C dot could just bide, and I can't actually one-shot it. So the bide is actually really useful for him. Anyway, I'm just looking for more mons. Any new mons would be greatly appreciated. Oddish is one that I'd love to see. I would also appreciate Shroomish, because Shroomish is actually very good. And Breloom is certainly aiming... Well, I certainly hope that Breloom will be a member of my team as well. Okay, so we got this guy who has a magic car, so we can just absorb. I can't actually hurt it with my C-Dot, so we'll just do that. That guy is too tough. What does he say? Magikarp, you sure don't live up to your name. What's his... It's a mysterious boat ticket. Interesting. So I wonder if that is going to be something useful for the future. So yeah, apologies for sort of like all of the speeding up. I do feel like it's pretty much necessary. I'm also just going to growl this Zigzagoon, seeing as he gets stabbed from his tackles and stuff like that. Not that they're doing particularly much, but we can absorb. Lovely. Lotad grows to level 13, and we defeat Lady Cindy for a nice chunk of money. And before I inevitably die again, I think I am going to cash in this money by buying a bunch of Pokeballs. Again, obviously, this is a Monotype, not a Nuzlocke, which means that we have the benefit of not, being able to faint, as we already have done, but also, it means that the game, essentially, the win condition is, can I defeat the Elite Four at the first attempt with the team that I create, regardless of how I essentially get to that team. And indeed, I may well die many, many times over the course. And indeed, with this sort of playthrough where healing is limited and stuff like that, it's going to be even harder. But as we get another Pokeball, but yeah, so it all comes down to that final. It's interesting that he does get Stun Spore. The Anma here gets Speed Boost. So I'm assuming that means that later gen Mons also get their abilities as well, which is really, really good. And Lotad is evolving, lovely. So Lombre should be far more useful than the Lotad that we've been using. I would love Water Gun if I could get something like that. So we get ourselves a Lombre. And he wants to learn Fake Out. Which I think we won't... no, I think we'll get rid of Astonish, because Astonish isn't particularly useful to us. Like, pathetically weak Ghost-type move, doesn't really hit a lot. Fake Out has priority, at least on that first hit, which is, can obviously be very useful. As we just see lots and lots of Weedle and Caterpie and stuff like that. So, fun, fun, fun. C-Dot, get out front. If I could get C-Dot to Nuzleaf and actually, be proactive in my efforts of killing Mons, that would be great. It doesn't look like Shroomish is here, which is a real pain if it isn't. I would love to see Shroomish here. Of course, you poisoned me. And we go down to the Wormhole. So we'll just fake out if we can. Nature Power turns into Swift. Caterpie, Nature Power turns into Swift. Yeah. We should just be able to essentially Swift everything here. It's annoying because it would have been nice to have given some of this experience to our C-Dots, but there we go. Defeat Bug, catch a lot. I caught a bunch of Pokemon, now I'm out of Pokeballs. Cool. So again, we'll just go heal up. It does not look like Shroomish are in the forest, which is a pain. If they're not there, then where will they be? I'm all for, like, you know, feel free to move mons around and all that sort of stuff, but it's a pain if, in this sort of thing where, you know, I'm predicting to be able to have a Shroomish available to me before, essentially, okay, so he's still looking for Shroomish, which is a good sign that there should be Shroomish here. So anyway, we're going to get the Team Aqua Grunt battling us. He has a Poochyena. We will simply just bide. As he goes for the Thief, and we one-shot him back. Lovely. Coughing. Coughing's a problem. Real problem. The best thing we can do here is Swift. And we 2-hit KO him. Krabby comes out so we can absorb, which one-shots. Beautiful, and the Grunt is defeated. Okay, so we get the Great Ball, and they said that it's a crisis, and can't be wasting time. Interesting that they mentioned Rustborough. I'm not sure they mentioned Rustborough directly in the game, although that might be an Emerald thing that I've never sort of taken the opportunity to look at. So yeah, it will be frustrating if there's no Shroomish here, but they must be somewhere in the game, and hopefully they're available before Gym 5. Because as I've done with all my other playthroughs, I like having a full team before Gym 5. And that would be ideal, as we see the Spinarak. So we'll just Swift here. Like, Swift is just overpowered at the moment. And because of the set format, it makes it really difficult to actually switch train. So we can't cut through there yet. So Route 104 with some cherry berries, some orange berries. Obviously we've already done Route 104. Oh man, they say that Roxanne, the gym leader of Rustborough City, has grown extremely strong lately. I would help you out by giving you a grass-type technical machine, but I just gave my last one away. That's just rubbing it in that you're going to be difficult game. That is just mean. Okay, Pokeball. Potion. Like, given that these are almost entirely useful in the okay, I'm in the grass, so it's stunstable. Much preferred it when... Anyway, we get a super potion there. So yeah, it's going to be interesting now. I'm a little worried about it. Man, this guy with lots of money is just like, yeah, I'll take on your challenge. Anyway, he's not in trouble, but... we shouldn't have to do the we can't do the double battle because we don't have 2 fully healed mons, which is good at this point. So yeah, I might need to do some more sort of scrounging around in the woods, because if there are Shroomish there, then I've got to find one. Technically I should find 5 and then choose the one with the best nature combination, like I did for the others, and that is going to take a while, but there we go. So, if you see berries growing in lemon foil, we get Chesterberry, lovely. Berries could become really important, just because obviously it is a method of healing that, in battle, that I do not have otherwise. So anyway, this magic art cannot do anything to me. C-Dot goes to level 12. We'll just switch train just to keep giving my C-Dot some more experience. The limited experience that it is. It's still experience, nonetheless. Okay, cool. I got 2 into fishing. I forgot I had to raise my Pokemon. So, now we have these two. Gina and Mia have a C-Dot and a Lotad. So it is literally, we are literally looking at a mirror. We will bide, and we will fake out the C-Dots, because it'll be slightly more annoying. C-Dot flinched, Lotad used Astonish, and now what we can do is we can just Nature Power, which turned into Swift, and I'm assuming I... Okay, no, it does actually, it hits both. No. So, lovely, and lovely, beautiful. Lombre goes to level 17, C-Dot gains a nice chunk of experience. We need to bide once more, and we will absorb on the Pikachu, I think. We will absorb on the Mareep. We will absorb on the Mareep again. I can't believe that I got paralyzed on the one turn I would have liked it to go through. Swift should take out these guys, these two. There we go. C-Dot goes to level 13 and learns Nature Power as well, so now we can double Swift, which is always useful, and also gives my C-Dot finally an offensive move, which means we can do some grinding in Paterberg Woods, whilst searching for the elusive Shroomish. We've got a few more trainers around here that I will take on, but aside from that, there really isn't much more for us to do here. Oh, I love a Shroomish. I wonder if we can see where we can find them on the map. If we can, then that would be very useful. So let's have a look. Pokedex. Shroomish is what? Early Gen 3, so we're talking Shroomish area. So they do say Spetterberg Woods. Okay, cool. So that is not bad news at all. And then it'll just be a matter of finding Oddish, and then we can get a Cradilly from the fossils, and anything else? I guess the other thing that would be really useful would be... I think I'd like to use Meganium in this run, just because I missed out on using Meganium in Gen 2, and it would complete my starters in that set, which would be really nice. So, anyway, well, that's not good, is it? Anyway, we're just going to start hardening up, and now we're going to start biting. So we should take you out, lovely, C-Dot. So obviously... So the problem we have with the C-Dot is... So yeah, essentially we can't one-shot it, but as we can see, it is having no problem. And we've got a Mankey to deal with, so we'll absorb. My C-Dot is too low on health to really risk, so there we go. And C-Dot will evolve as well, so a very useful episode, actually. We've done enough what we need to do here. We've got both of our Mons evolved, which should mean that Roxanne, like, you'd like to think that Roxanne, being a type that we have an advantage against, would actually be, hopefully, relatively simple, but we shall see. So, what do you have to say? I want to leave my footprints in sand everywhere, but they disappear quickly. Okay, so, I guess for the last bit of this episode, I will continue to do some more some more searching for our mons in. Like, this is still annoying that we don't have a mon. So cool. We don't have we can't make progress with C dot yet in certain areas. Like in this grass, I still can only use bite, which is really annoying. Like nature power is not an offensive move right now. So we will just run. I'm going to do about maybe 10 encounters. 3, 4, 5, 6. So yeah, we'll just do these encounters. I mean, there's a Kakuna. I'm not sure we've seen Kakuna before, so that implies that there are certainly still mons that might just be rarer than we may desire them to be. I would love to see C-Dot here. Does not look like it. I will obviously do some more searching during the grinding, because I'm assuming I'm definitely going to need to grind. That may well turn out to be a false assumption, but we shall see. We shall see. The first thing we can do is, in the meantime, we might as well just see sort of what sort of level we're going to see where. Like, whether we're just OP right now. Like, if like, that is good signs. Very good signs. It's like, I am totally fine with this. I can do really easy switch training here. I mean, it's not ideal to be getting hit with sand attack, but long break cuts through. You haven't seen anything of Rock type's terrifying power. I think why don't we take on Roxanne? There is no reason not to. Because if I lose, then it just gives me more information as to how high level I'm going to need to be. My Rock Pokemon need room to rampage. So we see double Geodude. So we will absorb that one, and we will nature power as well. Absorb takes out the Geodude. I am interested to see what. Okay, the nature power is Swift, which obviously is not ideal, but there we go. We'll bide here. Icy Wind is surprising. And Stomp takes out my. So it wants to learn Water Sport, which essentially raises resistance to fire. There's no real reason to learn Water Sport. As we see a Larvitar. Unfortunately, it outspeeds me, which means that we go into a white out. That shouldn't be too much of a problem, that battle. I don't... Like, we have Absorb, and Absorb does so much. So we'll give it another try. But it is interesting because what it is, it's pretty much showing that we are not yet in a position to take on Roxanne. Oh, that's why I was slower. Okay, that's why I was slower. That makes sense. So, we're going to take out the Rhyhorn. Lovely. Nuzleaf grows to level 16. We will... Rock Smash takes me out because obviously it is super effective. We're just going to continue. Interesting. That is annoying. So going to absorb on the Larvitar just to take it out. So unfortunately, you got the attack raise there. But we take him out with Absorb. Lombre goes to level 20. We defeat these two. You have to hand to our leader. It took smarts and sense for her to pick the rock type at a young age. You better be on your guard. Okay, so it looks like Roxanne's going to be a pain. I would expect her to have some mons, just because of the type of this sort of hack, I would expect her to have some mons to deal with my types. To deal with grass especially. So let's have a look. Roxanne. Hello, I'm Roxanne, the Rustboro Pokemon Gym Leader. I became a gym leader so that I might apply what I learned at the Pokemon Trainer School in battle. Would you kindly demonstrate how you battle, and with which Pokemon? So, let's see how what Roxanne has for us. She starts off with an Onix. I'm going to use Fake Out at the start, just in case it is a sturdy Onix, and then we can Absorb, which does so much damage. I'm swapping into Nuzleaf here, purely because just because I feel like that Lotad's going to be, Lombro's going to be way more useful in this battle in terms of just the moves that we have. Just going to Bite here, and the Nose Pass has Fire Punch, which is a rather strong move to have for this moment. We might as well Fake Out. We'll go for the Absorb. That does so little. Good lord. So he's using Rock Tomb. It's obviously going to slow me down. So we're just going to Growl to lower his attack a bit. As you can see, this is not going to go well. With Sandstorm buffeting me, unless the rest of his team has really nothing. Okay, yeah, so he's got an Anorith. This is inevitably going to have a Bug-type move. Or just Cut, yep. Okay, cool. So, interesting. I think that definitely shows how much I need to grind, which is always important, and good to know. So yeah, there's a lot of interesting things to sort of consider here. I think I need to, if I can get Nuzleaf, not Nuzleaf, if I can get Lombre to have a Water type move, that will obviously help with the Anorith. And indeed, Water Gun will obviously be stronger than Water Gun would be stronger than Absorb, which would mean that we could do more damage. So there is things to ponder on. But yeah, grinding is going to be required. At least certainly. Also, I'd like to continue grinding on Nuzleaf for a bit, just to get Nuzleaf to the point where we can really do some work. See, this is where obviously if that guy who gives away the grass type TM was still around, or at least had his grass type TM, that would be really useful because Bullet Seed would actually go straight onto my Nuzleaf, and Bullet Seed is actually incredibly useful against rock types, especially those with Sturdy, just because it obviously cuts through Sturdy. There are Pikachu here, which I don't remember seeing Wild Pikachu too often here. So, yeah, rather than just doing this over and over and over again, I think it is time for me to call this episode to an end. So yeah, we will continue to do some grinding in the next episode, and we will be here, hopefully with the chance, hopefully with a much improved, I say much improved, a leveled up team, with actually the capacity to take on Roxanne. And yeah, we'll see how well we fare there. So I hope you have enjoyed this episode. Sort of just another episode where we're sort of just building the groundwork before sort of being able to really do damage with this team. So once we have the groundwork built, we'll then be able to make some progress and head forwards. So yeah, I hope you have enjoyed this episode, and I hope you will join me on the next. Hello and welcome back. Just something very quickly, just typically, naturally, as soon as I stop recording, like the second encounter I get in Petalburg Woods, and I get a Shroomish. So we are here. I'm going to try and catch this guy. I figured I should catch the first one on screen. Much like the others, I will do my best to sort of collect, to catch a series of them. And then using that selection of mons, I will then choose. Some to then add to the team. So something I should also do is probably create a save state just in case we miss the catch here. Don't think we should. Oh yeah, I forgot that I can't use Fake Out anymore. Well, that was clever. But anyway, Absorb. Yeah, Absorb is a easy, you know, Tuco. We've got a bunch of Pokeballs. Shroomish has an okay catch rate. So there we go. We captured ourselves a Shroomish. Lovely. So, Shroomish is the mushroom Pokemon. It loves to eat damp, composted soil in forests. If you enter a forest after a long rain, you may see many Shroomish feasting on the composted soil. Okay, we won't give a nickname, but something I would certainly do is have a look. So, summary, we see Effect Spore and a Careful nature. I'll be honest, I do not remember what Careful is. If anything, it sounds like raising one of the defenses. So, for Breloom, we'd either really want a either boosting speed or boosting attack. So yeah, we'll see how we go. But yeah, no, I thought I would just show me catching the Shroomish. Again, like I said, I will have multiple of these to choose from, and then we'll choose the one to use that we'll be using later on in the series. So, I hope you have enjoyed it. Sorry for sort of stitching this onto the end of the rest of the episode, but there we go. It's just how it runs, unfortunately. But yeah, no, I will see you on the next episode, where we'll have these Shroomish and we'll be able to take on Roxanne proper and show her that we've come back and we mean business. So, hope to see you then.